Hello and happy Sunday. This is Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, and today is Sunday, May the 26th. It is also Memorial Day weekend, so if you are located in the United States, hopefully you've been celebrating safely. But hello, this is Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. We spent all hour last week talking about the Oprah special, so I've got a lot planned for you tonight. We're going to chit-chat just a little bit about just a little bitty recap from last week, because I literally took the entire hour and could have kept talking if my special guest, who is not here with us tonight, but if my special guest had not wanted to jump in on her chance, I really could have kept talking. So again, this is a holiday weekend. I don't know how many people will be here. Hello, Elaine. It is good to see you. Hello, Lynn. Thank you to those of you who are joining us. It is a holiday weekend. Hopefully you all are out doing something fun and fantastic. We have something planned for tomorrow, but our plans have changed. So actually what I'm going to show you in the second half is going to become a carnic instead of a picnic, and it'll make sense when we get there, because we've had wicked storms here all afternoon, had some hail here at the showroom, had little bitty, they weren't that small, they were like dime-sized pieces of hail. And let's see, hello Mary from Pittsburgh, hello Anna, Anna, I never can remember. It's good to see you, Anna. And hello Orlando Debbie, hello Marianne. Yeah, so we've had hail. We've been under a thunderstorm warning most of the afternoon. We were under a thunderstorm warning again for tonight. We were under a tornado watch. So yeah, so it's been a fun and fantastic day today weather-wise, and we had to switch up our plans for tomorrow. But thank you all for being here. Let's see, I skipped a couple of people. Hello Sarah from Raleigh, Massachusetts. Hello Catherine from Lowell, North Carolina. Hello Julie, it is good to see you. Hello Sandra from Demons Ferry. Again, I am Kelly. Hello, Sherry from Cape Coral, Florida. This is IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. If you are brand new, we do this almost every week. I've only skipped just a handful of weeks over the years, but you can always watch these later. Hello, Milby. You can always watch these later on YouTube, and that is just youtube.com. Search If You Have an Egg, or you can go to www.ifyouhaveanegg.com. These will pull up, and you can do the, you can print out the notes. And hold on, oh no, Sarah said lots of tornadoes all over. Yeah, I know. Fortunately, we were just under a warning. I don't think we actually had a tornado. I know we didn't in Knoxville. I'm hoping that they did not, just a little bit north of here where our shop is. Okay. Uh-oh, Texas and Oklahoma. Uh-oh. Yep, okay. I'll have to check in on that news here in a little while when we get done. But yeah, hopefully everybody is safe. Okay, so again, today is May the 26th. If you're brand new, I hope you will let us know, because we would love to welcome you. I know we've got a lot of people, I don't know, I feel like we've got a lot of new people. Hello Joyce, I'm from California. I know we've got a lot of new people because this whole thing with Weight Watchers, Oprah leaving Weight Watchers, the 3-hour special last week, people jumping in and out, on and off, whatever. I feel like we've got some new people. I know we've got some new people in our group and some new people following the If You Have an Egg page. So if you are brand new, hello. And if you're watching this on YouTube, hello and happy Sunday. But just give us a shout out and let us know if you were new, because we would love to welcome you. And hello, Katie. It's very good to see you too. Okay, so today is Sunday, May the 26th. Couple of little snippets of news. First thing is, today is the first day of the Workout and Support Challenge that is hosted by Julie over in the If You Have an Egg Facebook group. Aloha, Kathy. If you are not already in that group, one of our lovely ladies will be happy to post the link here for you, or I can post it when I get home. Remember, you have to answer the 3 questions. I had to deny 12 people this week. Actually, now it lets me decline with feedback. So my feedback was, all you had to do is answer 3 questions. Okay, so please remember to answer the 3 questions if you go ask to join our group. But today's the first day of the Workout and Support Challenge that is hosted by Julie over on the If You Have an Egg Facebook group. You can hop in anytime. You're not competing with anybody. It's just a challenge for yourself, but it is super nice to be able to check in with somebody or to be able to see how other people are doing. So please go hop on that. Next bit of news, tomorrow is Memorial Day in the United States. So what point-friendly foods are you planning? I seriously want to know. I have what we are consuming for the bulk of the day. Was going to be a picnic, but now I think it's going to be a carnic with all this nasty weather. But I want to know what point-friendly things you all are planning for Memorial Day tomorrow, or maybe you've already had your Memorial Day celebrations. We'd love to know. Share with us what your holiday low point planning was. So we would love to see that. And Debbie has shared that link. So if you wanted to join the If You Have an Egg Facebook group, Orlando Debbie has been sweet enough to share that link. Remember to answer the 3 questions though, or I cannot let you in. Okay, and then last but not least, I don't think that we have talked about, ooh, and hold on, I want to read some of these. Julie did turkey burgers and tomatoes, cucumber and bean salad. That actually sounds fantastic. I should have come and had some. So this is last but not least. I don't think we've had time since we have talked about oh gosh, and Sarah just posted a good one too. I'll have to come back and look at that. I don't think we've had really time to talk about some of the latest app updates because I missed 2 Sundays ago since it was Mother's Day. And then last Sunday we spent the entire chat talking about the Weight Watchers and Oprah Winfrey 3-hour special. So I don't think we've talked about the latest app updates that I've seen. So let me just run through a few of them as a last little bit of news. First of all, that hamburger menu, the 3 lines that were in the upper left-hand corner of your screen, that has been replaced with your profile picture. So I don't know if you remember this or not, but or if you even noticed that it's changed, but on your phone screen, and I don't have, we're on my phone, so I can't show you, but on the Lynn's app still hasn't updated. There's no way. You're gonna have to come from Texas to Tennessee and let me update your app, okay? So pretend like this is the left-hand side of your phone. You did have a 3-line hamburger menu right here that did the drop down for like discover content, some of the, let's see, like the 5-minute brain things, the walking things. So it was that menu. Some of the food things, the recipe things, they were on this underneath that hamburger menu over here. And then this menu to the right was your profile picture. Well, now it's one thing. So there is no more menu once your app updates, Lynn, sorry. Once your app updates, your profile picture, hello Trish, happy Memorial Day. Your profile picture over here is now the only menu, and it's over here on the left. And I know this is backwards, so I have no idea which side of my hand I'm pointing to, but it's on the left-hand side of your phone, the screen on your phone. So that one menu now appears to have everything. It appears to have all of the functions from the horizontal menu that was previously there, plus the items that appeared under your profile picture, which would have been connect, which would have been all of your profile, everything that you needed to change about your profile, like if you needed to, oh no, hold on a second. Lynn says she is in the 5% that did not get in the new programming. What? How is that even possible? 5%? Okay, that's weird. But anyway, so it appears to have everything now under that profile picture that is now on that left-hand side. So everything's been combined except for Connect, and Connect is at the bottom, in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. So if you have any trouble finding any of that, call me, holler at me. I'll be glad to walk you through it. Next little thing is the little icons for everything. So like where you track breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, water, where you look at menus, all that kind of thing. The little icons, I call them chibi. So I don't know if chibi is an actual term or not, and Casey hates it when I use that term. So hopefully she doesn't listen to this part of the chat. But they are little chibi line drawings that I have personally found a very more visually descriptive of what you're doing. So like if you're trying to look for a menu, it's a little chibi of a menu. If you're trying to track breakfast, it's a little chibi of a cup of coffee. And it looks suspiciously like a Starbucks cup of coffee. And I know they have to sponsor something in the app because they have a special menu on the app. But anyway, I think they're adorable. I love the new little chibis and little line chibis because I think they're more visually descriptive of what you're looking for, you know, than some of the other, hello Sherry, than some of the other icons that we've had in the past. And let's see, yeah, it's true, Debbie. Okay, and then next, I don't know if you've seen this or not, or you noticed this, but when you click on an area to track, like breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, whatever, or if you scan an item, it seems to me like the information that comes up is bigger. And I'll try to take a screenshot of that and show it to you all later, not during tonight's chat, but it seems to me like it's bigger. So I've broken, not kidding, I have broken 3 pairs of glasses in about the last 6 or 7 weeks. This is my last pair of backup glasses, and they drive me crazy because they're actually they're for reading. They're for like reading a book. So they're huge so that I can see the whole page on the book. and they sit so close on my face, my eyelashes touch the lenses. So anyway, I feel like, so I've been going without glasses as much as I can the last few days, just because these are they're not for walking around and doing normal life things. They're literally just for, for reading. But anyway, but they seem bigger. So it seems to me like, when you click on something, like when you click on it to track, that it's bigger, that the screen looks bigger. Okay, so we'll look at that a little bit later. Okay, that was all of the little bit of news that I had for this week. Next, I need to know, because I don't think I asked you all last week, who sat your bottom in a chair? So who sat your little bottom in a chair last week? Give me some thumbs ups for that. If you attended an in-person workshop, or if you watched a Zoom workshop last week, let me see that. Yeah, okay, and it's doing the thumbs ups again. It would not do it while Alyssa was here last week, which makes me sad, because she really wanted to see it do that. So we'll have to have her on again just so that she can see them do that. So thumbs ups for in-person workshops or Zoom workshops last week. Yep, and there's a thumbs up again. Or hearts if you watched here with us live last week, or see, man, why isn't Alyssa here this week? Or if you watched later on demand. So yep, lots of thumbs ups and hearts. And sorry, I'm gonna have to go ahead and get a little drink. Got a little tickle going on tonight. And Melissa and Ann missed you all ferociously last week, but I had to go to a retirement party, so yeah. Okay. Oh, Alyssa asked if you went. Good job, Alyssa. That's right, because she wanted to give out Bravo stickers. So Bravo stickers to everyone who went to an in-person workshop last week or attended here with us live last week. Yeah. So good job, everybody. Okay. A little bit about last week. Okay, so Julie said she has been busy because she's a teacher. She's been busy with finals. May is a horrific week, or horrific month for teachers, so I've heard. So Julie, what I'm saying is Oprah has stepped down, and this has been weeks ago. Oprah stepped down from the Weight Watchers Board of Directors, and she gave all of her shares away to one of the foundations that she supports. Trust me, she's still very active. I just think this is just a lot of controversy about the weight loss medications and things. And even though she supported them and she supports them, I think she's just got other stuff that she needs to move on to. So last week we talked about the 3-hour Weight Watchers and Oprah Winfrey special. Hello, Tatters. It's good to see you. So last week we talked about the 3 hours Weight Watchers and Oprah Winfrey special. I'm not going to talk a lot about that this week as a recap, just because we spent so much time on it last week. But Lynn, I've got your journal printed out, and it should be headed out in the mail to you on Tuesday. So just know that. If anybody else couldn't download the journal it was lasted 3 hours. 3 hours. I think 3 was a little too long. Would have been great if you could have stopped it too. But if anybody else needs a copy of the journal, if you don't have a way to print the journal, I'm happy to mail you one. I'm going to be mailing one to Lynn on Tuesday. We did successfully get that printed. Lynn, I hope you don't mind. It is not in color. Sorry. The color on our printer here at work, it isn't great. Okay. So one of the things that we found out, though, during this 3 hours, so whether you watched the special or you didn't watch the special, or you were like me and you watched it in 3 1-hour increments, one of the things that we came away with from last week from the Oprah special was we spent a lot of time discussing it, okay? It was a 3-hour special. Do you want me to say 3 hours one more time? But Oprah sat down with some celebrities. She sat down with some professionals. She sat down with, I don't know how many hundreds of people on video screens from all across the country. One thing that I came away with was homework from one of the sit-down celebrity people that she had, from one of the sit-down celebrity guests, and that is that you are pretty amazing, okay? We are all pretty darn amazing. No matter why we joined Weight Watchers, no matter why we stick with Weight Watchers, no matter why we've left Weight Watchers and rejoined, just left, lurking just to wait to see what's going to happen, just checking it out from the background. No matter why we joined, I wanted to say that hashtag, by the way, you are amazing because... And so that's what we did as our homework last week, was hashtag, by the way, you are amazing because, and I heard lots of things like somebody had done a couch to 5K, Somebody else had, let's see, had gone mostly vegetarian for health reasons, and they were super proud of that, and I am too. My mom would have been really proud, but I heard lots of good ones. But here are 3 of your hashtag by the ways that I want to share with everybody. And number 1, the first one is Sarah, who just spoke. Okay, so Sarah, by the way, Sarah, you are a great encourager to others during our chats. I don't know if you realize that or not, but she is a great encourager. She is always here. She's almost always here. So she's always here with, I'm sure, a pretty smile, even though I can't see it. Yeah, and you are a great encourager. By the way, Sherry is a good grandmother, and she's been told that by the people who matter most. So the grandchildren have said, yeah, you're a great grandmother. I think that's a fantastic and amazing fact about Sherry. And by the way, Casey, my daughter Casey, is making great and delicious choices, some decisions about her meals. So she has decided she is tired of eating fast food all the time. She is tired of spending money on more and more and more and more money on all of those, getting increasingly, so the prices are going up, but the quality is going down. And so she's been making some really, really, really good decisions about what she's eating. Even though she doesn't do Weight Watchers, she supports us, and she has to listen to these chats every week because she is our transcriber of the notes. But hashtag, by the way, Casey is making great, and I've seen them, delicious decisions about her meals. So bravo to everyone who did their homework last week. You all are amazing. Keep shouting them out. I think, let's see, Melissa, Ann, and Danielle had some great ones over on the If You Have an Egg page, which is actually where we're at. But yeah, y'all keep them coming. Those have been really, really good. Okay, tonight though, we're talking about, this is chat number 365, which means there are 364 more of these on YouTube. So if you ever have 364 hours that you're just like, wow, I just don't have anything else to do for the next 364 hours, there are 364 more of these on YouTube. It's just YouTube, search If You Have an Egg. You can go back and watch all those. And it is titled, hold on, I want to read Debbie's message too, but it is titled, it's Weight Watchers Chat 365, Making Activity More Interesting. And hold on, Debbie says, I drove out of McDonald's drive-thru because it was a $6 meal. What? Is now $15. And she said, nope, and drove off. That's ridiculous, because it probably, the taste quality of it is probably now about a $3 meal instead of even the $6 meal. So yeah, good for you too. Okay, so tonight's chat, the definition of tonight's chat is brought to you by the Cambridge Dictionary. I normally look at Merriam-Webster or Oxford, I think, but this one I pulled from the Cambridge Dictionary just because I liked it, and it's my chat. Okay, so I get to do what I want to. The word is activity, and this will be on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, so you can read this later. But the word is activity. Activity is used as a noun, and the definition from the Cambridge Dictionary is the situation in which a lot of things are happening or people are moving around. Yeah, I would say that's activity. Activity is when a lot of things are happening or people are moving around. Okay, this week a lot of things are happening and people are moving around, okay? So let's make it more interesting. Some pro tips for amping up your activity. And remember, nothing in this description said that the definition of activity was sweat or tired afterward or about to pass out. All it is, the definition of activity is just the situation in which a lot of things are happening or people are moving around, okay? So some ways to amp up your activity. First of all, ditch the distractions. A lot of us walk, work out, run, do whatever physical activity we're doing, a lot of us do it to some sort of noise, either headphones, earbuds, like AirBuds, music outside, television, a phone, something. So we've got a lot of noise going on, like a podcast, music, a phone conversation. For those of you that are doing Peloton, there's constantly somebody talking to you. If you're doing a group something, there's constantly somebody shouting out, what the next direction is. So this week, I want you to ditch the distractions, and I want you to, and maybe for some more weeks ahead, find a simple activity to do. So you're probably not going to be able to do this like with a Peloton or something, but find a simple activity to do. It's Memorial Day weekend, maybe a hike, maybe kayaking, maybe something outside. and get rid of the distractions and see what else you notice. So we did this 2 nights ago. We took just a little stroll around the neighborhood that we're living in right now, and we noticed. And I asked Alyssa, "What do you see?" Of course, Bo was over there. John had her on her little tricycle thing with the handle, and she was over there just pedaling as fast as she could. But I asked Alyssa, I said, Alyssa, let's just be quiet while we're walking around. Let's not watch YouTube. Let's not do anything else. Do you hear anything? And she heard birds chirping, a lot of birds chirping. And she said, no, there are so many birds in my neighborhood. She's right, there are so many. And I said, do you see anything any different? And she said, oh, it's been raining. Look, there's mushrooms. And she found mushrooms in a couple of different yards. And I could hear, because we were walking and it was quiet, we weren't distracted by all this other stuff. I could hear the sound of my own heart beating, like my own breath, not in a bad way, but my own breath and my own heart beating, So ditch the distractions. The second thing is, I'm going to say, try this, because it worked really well the first time I tried it. Reverse it up. And yes, you heard me right. I didn't say change it up. I said reverse it up. So whatever your path is, wherever you stand, whatever order you're doing your activity in, do it in reverse. Like, do it in the opposite direction, in the opposite order, whatever. So when John and I lived in downtown Knoxville, we walked the same path in the same way every time. So we always left our loft. We left the front door, we took a left, we went down, all the way down Gay Street, went around, blah, 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 and made a big loop. But one day, we reversed our path, and we did the exact same number of miles. Elevation changes weren't that much different, so we weren't doing it like for more exercise. We just we just walked that same way like 100 times. So we thought, we'll just walk the opposite way one night. We saw things that we'd never even noticed before. We had walked more than 100 times walking around that way, but just going the opposite direction. We were like, oh, I never noticed that building. Oh, look, they're redoing that one. Oh, look, somebody's working in the basement. Oh, look. All kinds of things just by reversing the direction. And then last but not least, make it small, but report it big, okay? One of the most exciting yet simple things that I've done lately to amp up my activity is I've joined 2 small check-in situations. One is a group of ladies, and the other one is in our Facebook group. So the first one is Julie's challenges over in the If You Have an Egg group. Like this week, we're talking about working out, being more active and supporting each other in that. The other one, so we do that every week. Julie has something new every single week, and that has been fantastic for me to just have those little bits. It's just a little snip out of your day. It doesn't take any time. It takes like 30 seconds to do it, just to check in, and then sometimes to see what everybody else is doing. The other one is Melissa's squat and now countertop push-up challenge. So these challenges are not overwhelming. Melissa's is 10 squats. It's 10. If you can't do 10, do 5. But how many? Okay, so Melissa or Ann, how many days have we been doing that now? Because that's the one thing I can't keep up with. So we've been reporting in small 10 squats. Some people might get 15 in that day. If they went to Zumba that night, they might get in 20. I did my 10 with Alyssa on my back one day. Okay, 26 days. So if you only did the 10 a day for 26 days, that's 260 squats. You know what that's better than? 0 squats. So 10 squats a day for 26 days is 260 squats more than 0. So it's little, they're small. All of Julie's challenges are really small things, but they add up to big results. And when you report it, it's big, because then other people think, I could do that. I could do 10 squats, or I could do 10, and I've got Alyssa doing these too. So Alyssa's been doing her countertop. She's been doing her countertop push-ups. And it's funny, she, and you can see, they're so, I can tell, like my arms can tell that I'm doing these, but look how effortless this is. I'm not breathing heavily, I've got time, I can do it while I'm talking to you all. And Melissa says she's been able to tell a difference in her legs and hips and her closing. Yeah, just from doing these little bits of squats. Alyssa the other day, funny story real quick, because I have 5 minutes to tell it. Casey was trying to get Alyssa to do something. I don't know what it was. Alyssa, I don't know, pick up your clothes, pick up your clothes, pick up your clothes, pick up your clothes, whatever it was, or come eat your dinner. I don't remember what it was. And Alyssa finally turned around and she said, Mom, I can't come do that right now. And Casey said, why? And she goes, I'm doing my squats for the challenge. And so she immediately, it had nothing to do with the squats. She didn't want to do whatever, at that moment, didn't want to do whatever it was. So she was like, Mom, she just immediately started doing her squats. Mom, I can't do, she's 6, you know, I can't do that because I'm doing my squats for the challenge. Anyway, do your squats for the challenge. Okay, so this week's homework is hashtag distraction ditched. I'll spell this one slowly. Hashtag DISTRACTION DITCHED. That wasn't slow at all, was it? Hashtag, I struggle to speak slowly. I actually stumble over my words when I speak slowly. Okay. Hashtag distraction ditched. DISTRACTION DITCHED. So this homework's easy because all you have to do is put down your phone. Okay? That's all you have to do. Just put down your phone or turn off the noise or whatever it is that you're during this activity that you're going to do, and then do one small activity. It can be indoors, it can be outdoors. Like tomorrow, we're going to take the girls. I don't know that it's going to be outside since it's, you know, going to be storming again tomorrow, but we'll be doing some activity. Thank you, Lynn, for sharing the homework. Some activity that does not involve having our phones on. And then I want you to tell us what you noticed. So in the example I gave was in our walk 2 nights ago. We didn't have our phones on. We just went for a quick, just a short walk. I mean, we did such a short walk that a 6-year-old and a 2-year-old could do it, okay? So this was minor activity, but we had the distractions ditched, and we heard all the hundreds of birds that are in their neighborhood, saw some mushrooms, and then I could hear my own heartbeat. So that's all I want you to do is I want you to ditch a distraction, hashtag distraction ditched, do some small activity, and then just let us know. Let us know what you heard, saw, smelled, whatever, when you weren't distracted by everything else. Okay, so that is your homework for this week. Do your homework, do your homework, do your homework. We're going to take a quick break, get some water, and then I'm going to show y'all what we got going on for tomorrow. Even though, and yes, thank you very much, Sandra, it is time to drink some water. So if you're new at the 30-minute point, at the 30-minute mark, kind of the halfway mark, I really need y'all to drink some water because it's the only time that I know all week that you actually had some water. Okay, it's the only time I check in on y'all with water. That was an awful big sip of water. Okay, so this is May the 26th. This is chat number 365, and we were talking about making activity more interesting. But tomorrow is actual Memorial Day. And we have not gotten to do our fun thing yet. So John and I are kidnapping the girls. We are kidnapping the grandchildren. We do this every year. Memorial Day and Labor Day are about the only 2 days a year that John knows for sure that he's going to be off from work, because sometimes at the concrete company, they even work on, they have worked occasionally on Christmas Day and a couple of times on Thanksgiving Day. But these are Memorial Day and Labor Day, are weekends, they're holidays that he is normally off, and that usually no one else is seeking his attention. So, you know, it's not like we've got people going, oh, you've got to come do such and such for Memorial Day. So it's not quite like some of the other holidays. So what we're going to be talking about is day trip snack packing. If you all have been, and even though I'm not preparing any food, I've got to quit touching my hair, so I'm going to get it out of my face. If you all have been around very long, if you've been coming to our chats for any length of time, you all know that I love to pack for a road trip. So Deanna actually just did that. She is not here with us tonight, but hopefully she will see this, you know, tomorrow or at some point. Deanna just went, they're going to be traveling a lot, and she just went above and beyond in her road trip packing. I've gone to some pretty big extremes sometimes. If you go back about 6 years, I don't know which chat it is, but it's the chat where John and I are headed down to, I think, or back from, what was the trip when we went to Marineland? It was for my 50th birthday. I went like way overboard on my road trip packing. This is just for a day trip. So what we're going to be doing here in the second half, this was supposed to be for a picnic. So what we had planned, usually on Memorial Day or Labor Day, John and I take the girls and we go somewhere that ends with a destination where they can get in the water. So last year, I think for Labor Day, we went up to the Great Smoky Mountains and we went to Metcalf Bottoms, and then we went on a little hike, and then we went to the Cades Cove, one of the visitor centers that has, it's got a creek. I mean, the Great Smoky Mountains is full of water, but one that was small enough, for the little ones to get in and wade. We've been to Frozen Head several times. We've been to, oh yeah, and Debbie said I also did a road trip packing before coming to Disney one of the times, and how to eat in the lines. So that's one of the things, one of the ways that I show you how to eat in the lines at Disney is one of the things we'll be talking about for this picnic that's going to end up being a carnic now. But anyway, so we usually take them somewhere where there's a little hike, like a storybook trail, and I'm really upset that we're not going to get to do the storybook trail tomorrow, but again, weather. So instead, it looks like we're going to the Chattanooga Aquarium. So if any of y'all happen to be in Chattanooga tomorrow, and if you would like to see us at the aquarium, we will be arriving with the 12:30 group. So the picnic that I was going to show you all today for the day trip snack packing, still a day trip, still snack packing, but now it's going to be a carnic because we will have to eat it in the car before we get out to go into the the aquarium, because they don't allow outside food in the aquarium. Oh, and Sarah wants to know what the storybook trail is. I'm assuming they do these everywhere. I don't know, but there is one at Frozen Head State Park, which is a little bit north of Knoxville. There is one at the Powell Library, and I feel like I'm missing one, but it's usually just a simple trail, like an easy trail that even small kids could walk on, and they have these big waterproof storyboards, and I'm making my hands bigger than you can see they're big. They're like big storyboards, and it has every page of the book. So you walk on the trail, you walk a few 100 feet or whatever, you read a page of the book. You walk a few more 100 feet, you read another page of the book. That's another way to amp up your activity. Walk another few 100 feet, read another part of the book. And by the time you finish the trail, you've read the whole book. Anyway, they are fantastically fun, and that is a perfect way to amp up your activity. So if you have any little ones and you happen to live in the Knoxville area, for 100% sure, there is one at the Powell Library. It is behind the lot. You can park at the library, go to the library, use the bathroom at the library before you start the trail. I highly recommend that. And then do that little storybook trail, and it's so fun, and it's fun for the kids. And right now, I didn't need to segue onto this, but Sarah got me distracted. Right now, the Knox County libraries are doing their summer reading challenge. One of the activities that you can do up to 5 times on the back of the challenges, it's not just reading anymore. One of them is visit a storybook trail. So I was really hoping that we would get to go to Frozen Head so I could do a different one and not just do Powell 5 different times. But anyway, okay. So even though, and it's A-okay, Sarah, even though we are not going to get to go on our picnic tomorrow, we're still going to have to eat something on the way. Chattanooga is a 2-hour drive from here. We will have a 6-year-old and a 2-year-old in the car, and 2 adults. That, I know 2 hours doesn't seem like long, but we'll have to have something to eat on the way, and have a little carnic instead of a picnic when we get there. So I'm going to show y'all how I pack for what did I call it? Day trip. My day trip snack packing. And that just means we're not going anywhere. We're not going far. Not going to Orlando. That's a whole nother chat. I'll have to look up and see what number that one is. But we're not going far. And it's just a day trip. We're going to be out and back in the same day. So this is how I plan for one of those. You can come up with your own ideas, but this is what I suggest. First things first, you need to, oh wait, hold on. Debbie says, here's one YouTube 2 years ago. Yeah, that's one of the ones, I don't remember what number that one is, but that is one of the ones where I do a lot of them about road trips, because apparently we go on a lot of road trips, or we used to. Anyway, okay, so first things first, you need what I'm going to call, even though this is just a day trip and there is only 4 of us, you don't need it to be this big if it's just you or if there's just a couple of you, but you need what I'm going to call a dry bag. And I just realized my dry bag says Whataburger. Sorry, I don't even know where I got this. but you need a dry bag, and this is going to be for your dry goods, you know, for things that are not going to be, don't need to be refrigerated and don't need to be wet, or don't need to get wet. And of course I've buried it over here. You need a cold bag, a cold bin. This one is from Aldi. If you happen to have an Aldi in your area, they were, I think their summer special was was $9.99 for this cute little bag, and it collapses, so it has handles. This one happens to have handles. It has little feet on it. It will collapse. So when you're not using it, it's like this thick. And when you open the top of it, you can see that it is insulated on the inside. So this is going to be my cold bag, which can get wet. And the other bag is going to be my dry bag. So that's going to be things that don't need to get wet. Okay. And definitely don't need to be cold. Yeah, they don't need to be kept cold. Okay, first thing is, well, I already said the first thing. So the first thing was a dry bag and a cold bag. And I know I didn't call the dry bag a hot bag because I still don't want it to get hot, but it just doesn't have to be wet. Next thing is you want to invest in some cheap Ziploc bags for part of this. Not for all of it, but for part of it, some cheap Ziploc bags. I went ahead and went to Aldi because this is the cheapest place to get some of these things that I'm going to show you. And again, we're going to have a 6-year-old and a 2-year-old with this, so I don't know how much of this is actually going to get, you know, eaten. They're not as good as John and I are about eating to the last thing. So you're going to want to get some kind of zippered bag because some of your things you're going to want to keep away from your food. So we are going to talk about food, but when you're packing, please don't throw things like sunscreen, bug spray, facial wipes, or like, you know, towel, you know, moist towelettes to wipe off your hands, more sunscreen, whatever. Please don't just throw those in with the food. So sunscreen, excuse me, the spray on sunscreen, I know you're supposed to have to click that around before you use it. I'm telling you, if you don't separate this, somehow it's going to get clicked around and it's going to end up in your food. This would go in my dry bag. So I would pack anything like this into, you know, into a zippered bag, a gallon zippered bag or something like that. Put them down in there, zipper them up. And if you need to put them in the same bag as your food, make sure you put them in a good zippered bag that has, see how that one has two, how it has the 2 zippers? So something like that. Okay, so that's first things first, is to a dry bag and a cold bag. Second things second is to take anything, any kind of a spray, especially bug spray, because you do not want that in your food. You do not want that in somebody's mouth. Ugh, gross. But to put it in some kind of a zippered bag, and I would always use one that has a double zipper, just to make sure that these kinds of things don't leak on your food, okay? I mean, it's always best if you can keep them separated, but it never fails. If you don't, you know, if you want to get out at your picnic or in your carnic, and if you just want to take the food, you always end up needing either the bug spray or the sunscreen or the citronella candle, you know, or something like that. Okay, so that is tip number 2, whatever. Hello, Marlene. So dry bag, cold bag, that's tip number 2. And I'm not numbering these. Maybe Casey will want to number them when she translates. Tip number 3 is for your cold bag. I don't buy ice for my cold bag. Sometimes I'll use cold packs. Sometimes I'll use those, you know, they're like blue thermos and you can freeze it, you know, whatever, or like a cold pack. But honestly, because I know we're going to drink a lot while we're there, and I didn't do it with these yet because mine are in the freezer, but I always freeze some water. So I'll freeze bottled water, or I'll freeze Gatorade or Powerade, whatever we're going to be drinking. I'll freeze these. And then you can just line your bag with your frozen drinks and then put your perishable food in the center, and it'll keep it cold. And your water will be cold when you get it out to drink it. So that's how I keep everything cold. If you feel like you're going to need things to be colder longer than your frozen water is going to last, you certainly can. Dude, calm down. You certainly can use, you know, normal ice packs or something like that. See, Trish said, you read my mind. That is something I was going to tell you for something I do on a daily basis. Oh, like freeze the water and use it in your cooler? Is that what you were going to say? Okay, next thing is, I'm a big fan of reusing containers. You can ask everybody who knows me, lives with me, works with me, whatever. If it can be reused, upcycled, recycled, whatever, I'll do it. So this particular container, this was all Free and Clear Mighty Packs. So this container has already been used. It had clothing detergent pods in it. So that was use number 1. Use number 2 now, this has been washed out. So this has been washed out with Blue Dawn dish detergent or the detergent of your choice, let to air out so that it has no more smell. You know, I just talked about keeping the smells away from your food. So there's absolutely no more smell. It's clean. I'm not putting any open food in this, but the use number 2 is washed out, and I'm going to store some food in it. Then use number 3 is, after we've done this, you know, a few times, I will also still recycle this. But I use these repurposed containers. I'll show you in a second what I use those for. I'm also going to repurpose a fruit storage container that I got. I got this at the store 2 weeks ago, I guess, and it had melon in it. Well, obviously, it's empty. I've eaten all of the melon, so that was use number 1, was it had my melon came in it. Use number 2, I'm getting ready to show you. So again, washed it out because this had melon in it, and I want to make sure it's not sticky, ooky, ant drawing, you know, whatever. I'm going to use this in a minute for containing something else that I want to blue ice. What? Trish, I'm gonna have to go back and read that. Okay, so I'm gonna upcycle this one too. Okay, so what am I gonna put in this first upcycle container? Things that might get beat up otherwise, or that we need to keep together. Things that would be easy for just to hand the girls in the back seat. So these containers, the 2-year-old cannot get into them. She can't get in them. She just spins. But the 6-year-old, so Bo can't get into these yet. She'll figure it out though, because she's pretty sneaky, smart cookie. But Alyssa knows that you just line up the little arrows. I know I can do it. And take the lid off. So this is not going to spill out in my dry container, but I'm going to fill it things like John likes trail mix. So these individual trail mixes, those are going to go in there. Those will go in there. We've got protein bars. Bo loves these. So the trail mixes, I don't eat these, but I think they're like 8. I think they're like 8 points if you decided you wanted to eat one. Then we have, Bo likes these. She loves these. I went ahead and pointed one just in case I decided I needed one. But a protein bar, those are 6 points. Then we've got some mini peanut butter sandwiches in case we need to grab something, you know, that's a snack. And snacks like these will keep me from grabbing peanut M&Ms at a gas station, because I don't know why. That is my go-to food. If I don't already have snacks, I will get peanut M&Ms every stinking time, and I don't know why. So these are just little tiny peanut butter sandwiches. It's 5 points for this little bag. But you know what? When the bag is empty, the bag is empty. They'll go in there. And then the girls absolutely love these, especially this brand, oddly enough. And I think it's because they are gummy fruits, but they have like juice in the middle. It's 4 points for this pack, but again, on just a day trip, if I even got into one of these, I would just eat one. And you don't have to use the exact same things. This is just an example. So look, there's our snack thing. We have a I forget what brand of detergent it was, but it was a more square container. We have used that for years and years and years. And I even took a Sharpie marker and drew on the outside of it, and it says camping snacks. And we take that every time we go camping. We take that with us because, look, my snacks are not going to come out. Ants can't get into that. A bear could get into that if they really wanted to. But the kids can't unless I want them to, except for Alyssa. Yeah, so these come in a really handy repurposing, reusing containers for that. This container is going to be reused for a sturdier fruit, but a sturdier fruit that we can eat, that's going to be easy to eat with our fingers. So I did go ahead and get some grapes. I've already pre-washed them, but what I'll do, I'm not gonna put these just in here. So tomorrow morning before we leave, I will be pulling all of the grapes off of here, but I'll be reusing this container so that, you know, I don't have to buy another container. I don't have to run through another Ziploc bag. I can just go ahead and use that. And so those are, I'll already have them pre-washed. They'll already be taken off of the stem. So if the girls want a quick snack, or if I do because I love grapes, we can just pluck them off, and that will go in my cold bag. So I'll have grapes in our cold bag. And remember, I've already got frozen water in our cold bag. A good sturdy vegetable to bring. Carrots are always a good idea, except Bo can't quite chew them yet, so I'm not taking those. Instead, we're taking these baby cucumbers. They're just mini cucumbers. If you've not ever seen those before, just super cute. They're like little snack size cucumbers. So that'll be a great snack for the girls. That can also go in our cold bag. But for me, I'm also packing some hummus. So packed with protein, full of flavor. This one happens to be a roasted pine nut hummus. This is, well, the cucumbers are 0 points. The grapes are 0 points. The hummus is 2 tablespoons is 2 points. That'll be a great snack for me, and it's got a lot of protein in it because it's made with chickpeas. So that's going to keep me satisfied longer if I use it for a snack. That'll go in our cold bag. We still have lots of room in our cold bag. Then things like Orlando Debbie was talking about a few minutes ago. This is one of my favorite things to do when we're going into Disney, when we're standing in line, and that is to take a sturdier bread. So I almost always get some kind of bagel skinnies or skinny bagels or sandwich thins or something like that. I don't ever take, well, first of all, these are it's 3 points for the whole thin. And I don't ever take regular bread because it's going to get squished. So if you've got it in a backpack, or like we're going to be taking it in this, dry bag, it'll be going in the dry bag. It's going to get crammed in and out of the car. So don't ever just take regular bread or it's going to get squished. So these are 3 points. But what I'll do is I'll take the Ziploc bags. Remember the Ziploc bags that I got? I'll take one of these, a thing of Jif to go peanut butter, and you don't have to eat the whole thing by yourself because one of these is 8 points. A half of one of these is 4 points. Let's see, and Lynn says one of her granddaughters could eat the whole container of hummus with one single carrot by herself. That's fun. And a banana. So a banana in the Ziploc bag. A bagel, well, I'm not going to open them just yet, but a bagel skinny and a thing of peanut butter. Or if you want to share it with somebody, so you can put one of these, and one of these in here, you can share it with somebody. But the cool thing about this is, if you have it, so like if your day trip ends up at Disney or at Dollywood or somewhere, where is it I'm wanting to go? King's Dominion or Cedar Point, I think is where John has promised to take me in the not too distant future. If you keep it in your backpack, or if you have on a backpack, then after you get done making your little sandwich and eating this, so you can make it into a sandwich and eat this, then you can put your banana peel, your empty peanut butter container, any trash you have, whatever in there, and then zip it back up and throw the whole thing away. So you don't have to worry about, what you're gonna do with that trash, because you can put it right back in your little bag that you made. Okay, next thing. So we got bananas. More sturdy fruit would be something like apples. We always take apples with us. I haven't pre-washed these yet, but I always pre-wash them just because they are so stinking easy to eat. No tools required. These are the only tools that are required. Sturdy fruit, so if you just sneak it into a purse, like the aquarium doesn't allow any outside food, but I guarantee you if I have an apple in my purse, they're not gonna kick me out for that, okay? So I always take something like that. I always take sturdy fruit. Clementines are really good. Bo doesn't eat those yet, so we're sticking with the apples and the bananas. We're sticking in grapes. We're sticking with things that we know that she will eat. Another good thing to keep on hand to take with you on a day trip, a protein shake. So these are the protein shakes that Melissa had. She had gotten me the first batch of these at Sam's Club. We still have not found the vanilla version of this exact thing. This is a Fairlife nutrition plan. 30 grams of high quality protein, but it is a protein shake. It's not the Fairlife, I can't think what the others are called. Anyway, this one's the perfect amount because it's 3 points. And you don't have to refrigerate them, but if you're going on a day trip on a day that it's like what we're going on tomorrow, it's going to be in the mid to upper 80s all day. This, even though it doesn't have to be refrigerated, this will be going in my cold, those will be going in my cold bag so that they're not hot, okay? They don't have to be refrigerated, but they're not great hot, okay? Okay, next thing is another snacky thing. So the girls love these, and I have to admit, I do too. And the ones from Aldi are the absolute best. So Casey buys another brand of turkey snack sticks from like Kroger or somewhere, and they're fine. Where does she know? Walmart? I don't remember. They're good. Jack Links maybe. I happen to like these, the Sims snack sticks, the turkey sausage. One link is oh wait, okay, hold on. Debbie just shared Amazon better peanut butter sodium. So is that like an individual serving something? Is that something that I need to look into later tonight? Thank you, Orlando Debbie. But these are one turkey stick is 1 point. Oh, and Debbie says whatever that is, and I can't click on it right now since we're doing the chat. But Debbie, whatever that is that Debbie just shared, she said it's only 4 points for the tub. So I'll be looking into that definitely. But this is 1 point for one stick, or for 2 sticks, it's 3 points, because y'all know Weight Watchers math. Sometimes you win, sometimes they win, you know, whatever. But those are great for that. So this doesn't have to go in my cold bag until it gets opened. But because I want John and the girls to remember, oh, this goes back in the cold bag because it will be open tomorrow, it's going to start out in the cold bag so that they don't forget it. Also, this is not low in points. I'm just going to warn you all. Cheese cubes, cheese that's already in little packaging, doesn't matter. We still take them with us every single time because you can skip McDonald's 100 times if you can hand a toddler, a husband, yourself, some cheese cubes, a little pack of nuts, and those little 4-point packs of nuts. If you can hand yourself that, the cheese cubes are, I think, 4 points per serving. But those will be transferring to little containers like this. So these are little sturdy containers that are made by, don't know, I should know who these are made by, Food Huggers. And what I like about these is they have this little lip. I don't know if y'all can see this or not, but it's like a fish. You know how fishes, like their lip goes over, one lip goes over the top of the other one to keep the water out when they don't want water in. It's like a fish's lips, and that might be how they made them. These are not waterproof though, so don't put liquids in them and then slosh them around. But I'll be filling these up, a couple of these up with some of these cheese cubes. Because, yeah, cheese and grapes. Melissa's exactly right. Cheese and grapes, cheese and an apple, perfect, especially while we're riding down the road, because I can hand them one of these with the cheese in it, or put a few grapes in it, or whatever, and they can eat out of this. These are reusable. See how easy that was to open, but they do stay kind of sealed. Reusable, so that will be a perfect trip for, perfect for while we're riding down the road. And I'm serious, it will keep us away from the Golden Arches. Okay, 3 last things, then we got to go. Tiny paper plates. I always take tiny paper plates so that we can make our little sandwiches if we need to. If we're somewhere where we can be sitting down, you can get those. Some giant box of Cheez-Its, or this is Aldi's baked cheese crackers, goldfish cracker, something like that. Again, these are invaluable. If I'm going to be putting them in these, like, I will go ahead and count out. These are 28 crackers for 5 points. So I'll be making a couple of packs of these in the zipper bags and marking on there that it equals 5 points. So I already know how many points they are before we get on the road. I'm addicted to these, the Harvest Snaps Crunchy Loops. These, I don't even bother bagging them out. I just go ahead and keep getting back into it because these are 22 of these is 3 points. These are Harvest Snaps baked red lentil snacks, and the sour cream and onion tastes just like a Funyun, but 22 of these is 3 points. There are 2.5 servings in this bag, so even if you accidentally ate the entire bag, if you ate this whole, and this is a pretty decent sized bag, and that would be a lot, even for me. If you accidentally ate the whole thing, that would be 6, 7, 8. It's like 8 or 9 points if you accidentally ate this entire bag. Last thing, and that's going in our dry bag. Last thing, a giant bag of pre-popped popcorn. Nothing says road trip like popcorn. And this popcorn from Aldi, it's a sea salt popcorn, 35 calories per cup. 4 cups, which is a lot. Like these little Ziploc bags, these little zippered bags won't even hold 4 cups. 4 cups is 4 points, okay? Talk about some happy kids and papas and nonas heading down the road, eating some popcorn while we're headed down to the aquarium. Okay, last but not least, one warning, and we have 2 minutes to tell you. One warning, this one is good. So the Mio drinks, a lot of the squirt drinks, like the girls now, they'll drink water, but they almost always want to squirt something in them. Watch. So this Mio is pretty good. It is 0 calories. It's 0 points, obviously. But watch these before you get them, because some of them have additives. Most of them are 0 points, but some of them have added caffeine and added sodium as electrolytes. So for those of you that are watching your caffeine or your sodium, just know that a lot of these drink enhancers have those. Okay, so is everybody ready for a road trip? Is everybody ready to head out? Even if it's just going to be for a day trip, I hope something in this helped somebody, and it's going to get you started. And if you're going on a longer trip, if you're going down to Disney to see Orlando Debbie, you'll have to go back and watch that chat that she posted, because we go into great gory detail about how to get ready for a much longer trip like that, and especially if there's a destination at the end. So everybody have a fantastic week. I hope you all have a blessed Memorial Day tomorrow. Everybody, yes, exactly. Trish just said it. Everybody, she said have a safe trip if you're going somewhere. We are, hopefully. Oh, actually we are, because Casey got our tickets to go into the aquarium in Chattanooga, since it looks like picnicking is going to be canceled. But everybody have a great week. Have a great Memorial Day tomorrow. And I will see y'all next week. Have a great one. If you're watching this on YouTube, just watch. Please let the next video roll over. It's just youtube.com, search If You Have an Egg. Let the next video roll over if you are, and just click that little bell so you'll know when the next video comes up. And yeah, and I will see you all next time. You have a great week. Bye. Thanks for being here.